And look, all right, so LSD, people have such a weird perspective of these medicines, especially LSD. They think you're gonna be all fucked up.
So they call it acid. When you say the name acid, it just
that's part of the name. It's lysergic acid, right?
Yeah.
But most of our body is acid and chemicals. You know what I'm saying? It's just a word. So what it does is it makes parts of your brain communicate to other parts that it don't usually communicate with. It heightens everything. You're very aware of everything. No bullshit. You hear better, see better, smell better, food tastes better, sex is incredible, like magical. So you're more creative. There's even like, all right, so Steve Jobs, if you read his biography, he talks heavily about all of the LSD he did. That's where a lot of his ideas came from. A lot of scientists, physicists, and whatnot will have issues or problems, equations they can't figure out for months. Lock themselves in a room for 30 minutes on acid, and they've got it. You know what I'm saying? The first time I took it, now, I was slow to the party with anything, right? Taking anything, right? So 2020, my first time doing it. But I did like a year worth of research before that, right? And I had a very good grasp and understanding of it. So when I took it the first time, I dove right in and just took a hit, not half, I took a whole hit. And it was just a beautiful experience, and it made me pissed at the government. I'm like, y'all are such fucking liars. You know what I'm saying? Schedule 1. No therapeutic or medicinal benefits, highly addictive, none of which is true. You feel me? So yeah, I did a heroic dose by accident, but it was a trip.
Richard, Patreon/Richard Unemployed. The merch, www.richardunemployed.net. Bro, listen, I ain't did an interview in like a month. I've been preparing for Invest Fest, bro. So
yeah.
We got a very, very special guest in the building, bro. We were supposed to link a while ago, man, but it finally happened. He in Atlanta, and it's only right that he come and bless the show, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
First and foremost, thank you, my brother, and salute.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the movement. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Mike Rashid. For those who don't know, Mike Rashid King, to be exact. Originally from Brooklyn, New York. I live on the West Coast now in California, and just out here to chop it up with my brother.
Word, I didn't know you was from Brooklyn. I did not know that.
Yeah.
First, are you rich and unemployed?
Yes. Wealthy.
Wealthy?
Yeah.
How did you become wealthy and unemployed?
To keep it 100, I've always been wealthy. When I was a kid, I was a rich kid.
How so?
My mother was married to the biggest drug dealer in New York.
Word.
Yeah. But it came to a point when that came to a stop, though. You know what I mean? Because, like my father always said, like, the outcome of doing crime, the odds are not good to get out like alive or not in jail. You know what I mean? So anyway, her husband got killed. So then it was a wrap. We was poor, right? Well, under the condition of poverty, but I've never been poor. And then fast forward, growing up as a young man, I was a boxer, but I stopped at a young age because I wanted to make money and I wanted to experience life. Because as a boxer, you don't really have a life. It's a very lonely, solitary sport.
Yeah.
It's worth it though, it pays off, but I really didn't have the discipline or the support, to be honest, to keep going. I was close to like really like getting there, but started making money. Like I have family, excuse me.
Making money how?
Street pharmaceutical business industry.
I was gonna say, you give me drug dealer vibe, you know what I'm saying?
So that's how I learned how to like just make money, man. Like I used to just do stuff for my uncle, just shipping packages off. And then I'm like analyzing his operation. I'm like, this is not hard.
Right.
At all. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the money I was making from him, I was saving up till I could buy my first pack. I think it was like a 10 piece, 10 pounds. And back then, you know, when it was not legal, it was like just regular. They call it Airy, short for Arizona. The Rastas, the Jamaicans in New York loved it. And down south. Because you got to think, all the weed come from the West Coast, California, Washington, the best weed at least. So in Mexico. So ours came directly from Mexico. So everything on the East Coast, they would eat it up. So just for easy math, like I would buy a pound, $500, but I never bought 1 pound. It would be like 30, 40, 50, 100, whatever, $500, but I would let it go for 1,000, you know what I'm saying? Give or take. So that was my thing for a long time.
At what point did you stop?
I stopped. I actually caught a case, and that didn't make me stop. It made me slow down, right? You know, I came home one night to somebody in my crib, and I did what I felt like I needed to do to protect my home. Police didn't see it that way, right?
This is out there in LA?
Now this in Arizona. I was in Arizona at the time. So there's a book that I read one time called Disease, right? And they break down the word disease. It just says dis-ease. So people think of disease only as like some physical ailment, cancer or something like that. But a disease, you could be in a disease situation. You could be in a situation that takes away your comfort. And that book was breaking down how like we can generate a lot of energy and attract situations to us, like a diseased situation, to prevent something worse from coming down the line, right? So that's really what I did. I was getting to the point like this, bro. I'm a very pure and authentic person at whatever I do, right? So when I was in the streets, I had a whole army, right, of goons, soup tasters. And I used to think all the time, like, what's stopping these niggas from doing something to me? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They stayed in check, but I didn't understand why. But what I would do often, which was not smart, was hop out in the front line when it was necessary. Mm-hmm. And my big bro, man, he used to be like, bro, what are you doing? You a general, you got soldiers. I like, this is just me, you know?
Like to lead from the front.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but with that, like, it was some like bad dudes out there that I would have issues with, and I would confront it. Nothing ever went sour or left. It came close a few times, but, you know, luckily nothing ever went that bad. But I was like, something's gonna happen to me, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't get, brave people don't kill people. Scared people kill people. Mm-hmm. A coward, you're afraid of, you know? And I was existing in a space where a lot of cats couldn't really like be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I knew that day was coming. You know what I mean? And I had kids. I'm like, yo, I don't want to like, and everybody says like, you think like, oh, I'm gonna make X amount of money and get out.
It's never
impossible.
Like that. It's never
impossible,
like
bro. It's impossible. You gotta think I'm young, so I'm doing dumb shit like buying a bar. You know what I'm saying? 30 racks in the club. Stupid shit, right? Mm-hmm. For a bunch of people who don't give a fuck about me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm drunk. I was like inebriated back then. I'll make this back in 2 days, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was spinning it as fast as I got it. But I was getting to a point, I was raised well. So I had a better foundation than what I was showing. You know what I mean? So my conscience was always tugging at me. And I never forget one time, around that time when I was like trying to get out of it, me and my homie, we went out with these girls, some dope girls, smart, whatever. And I had on all this fucking jewelry, right? And I was embarrassed about my jewelry because it was so big and stupid. Mm. Like I was like, kind of like.
What year is this?
It's like 07, 08,
okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was already like coming out of that, you know what I mean? So, make a long story short, I was hit with like some pretty big cases, like 2 of them. And I'm trying to go through the adjudication process, but still hustling on the side, but putting other people in front. Mm-hmm. So I'm not like, you know, I don't know if they're watching me or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I had an ankle bracelet on, but the money coming slower. They can't do it like me. Mm-hmm. They're trying to finesse my plugs. Shit was not working out. And then I had cats in New York, like stealing from me because like I said, I'm a pure person. So I trust people, right? So I'm, I'm on ankle bracelet, whatever. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden I had a spot in Marcy Projects. I had a 2-year run at one address. That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Sending packages out there, right? I had another guy
Send package through the mail?
UPS, FedEx.
Back then?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a whole, I know how, it's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's very like, you walk in with the shit open. It's like right in their face, but they don't realize what it is. Mm-hmm. And you ask them to help you. Because the first line, the people that really fuck you up is right in the facility when you come in. Usually somebody that look like they shouldn't be in there comes in there. Like niggas be doing shit stupid. You know what I'm saying? I never move like that. But anyway, so cat out there, like what they would do when they're finessing people is like, say a package came with just phone books in it. because you got multiple lines that it has to go through, right? The people right at the FedEx facility or UPS, and then people that work in moving the shit around, right? They hip to the game, so they'll stick shit through the box. If it come out with like some green on it, like, they know with some weed in there, whatever. So if they do, they're not gonna snitch on you. They're gonna take it,
Right?
put something heavy in there, usually phone books, and let it go. So that never happened to me, but I knew that was a thing. So all of a sudden, while in my situation, cats is like, yeah, phone books. I'm like, all right, all right. I go back in, same thing. I'll tell you about how I resolved that off camera.
For sure.
but make a long story short, that shit forced me out. You know what I'm saying? And then they was going really hard on me, right? Because I had a homie that also had a case at the same time, a Mexican dude, right? Major. And me and him didn't hustle together. We were just homies, and we hung out, we partied together, right? I didn't know what he did. He didn't know what I did. So he had a state and a Fed case, and the Mexicans, like, they're allowed to snitch. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay for them.
Yeah, because he was the biggest, he brought the most money to the Mexican mafia in prison, right? So he was like, yo, do what you gotta do. So with him becoming informant for the feds, they had what's called, and I learned this because
he is Mexican.
He's Mexican. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Mexican was snitching on him. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. He, they had what's called a free talk, right? He told me this after the fact. I hired a private investigator to try to figure out if I had another indictment coming, because I couldn't understand why they was going so hard on me. I had no priors, all of this stuff, right? So what happened was my prosecutor was at his meeting with the feds, like a bunch of prosecutors, like with people with cases, and they're asking him all kind of questions, and they're trying to see if he's honest to do a deal with him. You know what I'm saying? So when my name came up, blah, 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 blah. I heard everything he said. So, but none of it was accurate, but it still made me look bad, right? Then he came to my house one time, this is before I knew that, recording me with a key fob. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking about how I don't understand why they're going so hard on me. I think so-and-so snitching, he gotta die. It sounded, bro, I heard the recording, my heart sank to my stomach. I'm like, fuck, they're listening to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to take matters into my own hands and upscale from justice. That's really how I stopped hustling. I went on the run.
I think I heard some of this on No Jumper. Okay, before we get started, what do you do for the people that don't know who you are? Because you got a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own one of the fastest growing supplement companies in the country. It's called The Ambrosia Collective. We actually got the #1 plant-based protein in the world. We're fast-tracking to 100 million. I have a company called Snack House Foods, which is a healthy snack company. I have a very robust online personal training platform, app and business, over 4,000 clients. And I also coach online coaches and trainers to transition from the gym to online, right? Because here's the thing, your potential for impact is a lot greater online.
Yeah.
It's more people. You're limited to however many people you can see in a day if you're training people in the gym.
Yeah.
And that limits that. It limits the amount you can earn, right? So I teach people how to get out the gym. You can stay in the gym if you want, but start your online business, and I show them how to grow it. You know what I'm saying? So that's doing really well. I invested in a company called Trifecta, which is one of the top meal prep delivery companies in the country. That did very well. Yeah, little things like that. Few things. Former boxer, YouTuber, podcast, all of the things.
You in the weed business?
Weed, nah. Used to be.
Yeah. Not the right way. So you speak about health, like plant-based. Why are you so big on health?
All right, it's interesting because despite me being in the streets, I was always a health nut.
Yeah.
I started boxing at age 12, right? And one thing that's been consistent in my whole life is me being in the gym and being healthy, right? So when I was younger, I wasn't concerned with like nutrition because like, Black kids got good genetics. We could eat shit and still be fine. But as you get older, you start learning more. I started learning more, educating myself more, and taking things more serious. And, the wrong foods wouldn't make me feel good as I get older. Alcohol would make me feel terrible, certain things. And, I gained a real love for myself. So with love, like I ask people all the time, do you love yourself? And they be like, yeah. I'll be like, you drink? They be like, yeah. I'm like, you really love yourself? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not denying that people don't love themselves, but they gotta love themselves better, right? And I'm not saying like, don't do this, don't do that, but you gotta calibrate your life according if you wanna do that, right? Something else you gotta sacrifice something if you wanna do this. So anyway, I just wanted to live, it's not about me living forever, but the years that I am on this planet, I want them to be quality. I want to feel good, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sick, you know what I mean? So that's why it's important to me. And a lot of people listen to me. So, the stuff that I'm telling you right now, a lot of people don't even know about my past, right? Because I don't glorify it at all, because it's not fly, right? I'm very lucky that I didn't succumb to the streets. Yeah. So, and then being incarcerated, it's the worst place in the world for a human being.
It is.
You feel me? So I don't want to glorify that at all and make them think that it's cool, because it's not. It's actually really stupid in 2023 to do illegal things to make money. There's so many easy ways to make money.
So many ways.
You feel me? So, yeah, so my contribution to the world to tip that scale of the bad things that I've done to do more good things is to teach people about health, right? Help other people, help people be healthy, right? And I'm what I consider a conscious capitalist, right? So I'm a 100% capitalist to the heart, but everything that I do is involved with benefiting people in some capacity. So, and that's the most sustainable way to make money, is helping people.
Helping people.
That's it.
Helping people elevate.
Yeah, so that's why that's important to me. It's just like, that's my niche, that's my thing. I've always been into it.
What's your diet like?
I eat once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
What you eat?
It depends. It could be like a salmon or a couple salmon fillets, some rice, some veggies. You know what I mean? Maybe I've had a shake earlier in the day, but something like that. Some kind of carb, protein, and fats.
So you're not like a vegetarian? Or nothing,
Nah. I explored a vegan diet for a couple years, some years ago, and it was straight. But I like meat. I love the taste of meat. And meat, you just pound for pound, you can't fuck with it as far as the nutrients you get from meat. It's hard to duplicate that.
How do you eat one time a day and still sustain like the body?
Well, I used to be a lot bigger. Yeah, I was jacked, right?
Nigga,
so
you jacked?
Nah, but I was like, I'm 220. I used to be 250. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
Muscle.
Yeah, but that's not healthy though. You know what I mean? I thought I was healthy.
Yeah.
But I went and got my blood work done like in 2016. And they were like, bro, look at this. You're trending to becoming pre-diabetic.
Where'd it come from?
Just too much, eating too much, spiking your insulin over and over and over and over. You don't have to be fat to become diabetic. You know what I'm saying?
So you were just eating a lot to gain more muscle.
Right. Yeah.
That's what people think though. Like you gotta eat a lot, live heavy, you know what I'm saying, to get.
Here's the thing. Maybe when you're young, you do, but your body's burning that shit off rapidly, right? Yeah. The human body is a magnificent piece of technology. It's the most advanced, right? It wants to be perfect. It wants homeostasis, like balance, right? So I have a slow metabolism. People think that's unhealthy, right? But it's the most healthy, right? Animals with the slowest metabolisms live the longest. You feel me?
Which are?
Sharks, whales, giraffes, crocodiles. The niggas eat like once a year. You feel me?
Who? What?
Crocodiles. A crocodile, somebody can Google it, maybe a couple times a year. But their digestion is extremely slow. Okay, when a crocodile eats something, he's chilling for a long time, right? So with me, anybody can change their metabolism based on how they eat and their exercise, right? So when you're eating a lot and you're busy, you have a fast metabolism. Yeah. You're burning it off, you're gonna need it. If you eat like how I eat, like once a day, what happens is, in the beginning, you're hungry, you're used to eating often, but then your body starts slowing down that digestion to like let it last. So what happens is this, people don't realize this, your body becomes more efficient at what's called protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is like when you're eating food and protein, your body using it and changing it into muscle, converting it to muscle, right? So when people take steroids, they have a very advanced protein synthesis, right? When people are eating not as often, they have the same thing, right? But they still got to be training and all of that. You're not just going to eat and get swole. You got to be doing the right things. So when a person is not eating all the time, their body's just working better. Brain work better. You got to think about it like this. Our ancestors, they would eat a couple times a week. There was no grocery stores. They had to hunt, right? So they wasn't hunting when they was full. They was hunting on an empty stomach. So when you're on an empty stomach, you have a heightened sense of awareness, alertness, memory, all of that, and energy. Because you have systems of the body. Digestion is a huge system. It takes up a lot of resources in the body. So when you're digesting food, you want to chill. Yeah. There's no full mindset. It's a hungry mindset. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's for a reason.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah. Well, right now, bro, I'm juicing, bro. I'm on this juice wave right now, bro.
Okay.
I juiced for like 14 days, bro. I'm on a watermelon fast.
Nothing solid?
It was nothing solid. Well, like an avocado or cucumber, some shit. Just when I really got hungry and I thought I got done lifting weights and some shit.
Yeah.
But that shit slimmed me down, bro. Like I was, my mental was just like on another level, physically, mentally, spiritually. I just felt better. You know what I mean?
That's what
and even when I started eating again, I was like, damn, I really don't even fucking like food like that.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to the taste.
See, that's how I am. So I have a different relationship with food than most people. I'm not a foodie. People are like, I'm a foodie. I'm like, I don't relate, right? I like food, you know what I'm saying? Certain dishes, I'm like, yo, this is bomb, and I'll indulge, but not often. People gotta look at it like this, bro. When I'm gonna speak about black men. When a black man hit around 42 to like 50, he's at high risk for a heart attack, and he shouldn't be. That's young, right? But that's just what the numbers show. That's what the data shows, because most people are just normal, right? When I say normal, that's like eating 3 times a day-ish, sometimes more. Alcohol, cigarettes, maybe, high stress, don't sleep good, don't exercise. So when you're eating all the time without like doing all the exercise, burning that shit off, your arteries are getting clogged with calcium, right, and plaque. And what that does is it restricts your vessels to where you ain't getting that blood and oxygen from and to the heart. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how people have heart attacks and die. I have a couple of homies that died in their like 40s, right? They wasn't necessarily, they were overweight. They be like swole and a little chunky, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But it's a thing, and it's 100% reversible or avoidable, but it's the way that people eat. People are addicted to food. Food is just a means to an end, right? You have your car, you put gasoline in your car, it uses that for energy to drive. The more it drives, that shit goes away, you gotta fill it back up. Same thing with us. But a car, it's a mechanical structure, the gas can, right? So you put the gas in it, it's not gonna overflow. There's a little bit of come out, you're wasting it, so you put it up. With us, we're malleable, our body, so it stretches. It's gonna stretch, and we start stretching. And people, you get to a certain point to where it's all psychological. When I saw you in Miami, I met with another brother. He was obese, right? And we chopping it up on some business shit. I was like, how'd you get like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all of that. Cause like, look, bro, when you ain't healthy, money means nothing.
Yeah.
When you in pain, when your gout is whooping your ass, your money does nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell people like this too, you're an asshole if you let yourself get to that point and your family's stressed out, having to get you to and from the hospital because you can't stop eating. You know what I'm saying? It's very selfish. But anyway, I asked him, how do you go that far? Because if I eat too much, I'm like miserable, right? And he was like, I just didn't care because nobody else cared. Like, I grew up around all fat people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I see that because I got family in the South, and like where they at, it's like everybody fat, and it's cool. Everybody, you know what I mean?
How are you with friends and family, or like even girls you deal with that you see like living a unhealthy lifestyle? Because like with me, I feel like I'd be too hard on motherfuckers. Like, yo, like why you eating like that? Or like, damn, why the fuck you drink so much? Especially like women. Like, women are just alcoholics. Yeah. Like, I gotta say something. If I don't say something, I feel like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm a bad friend. Like, how do you How do you like navigate like not being so a fucking like an asshole to people?
I'm an asshole. As T, like T used to, bro, he used to be like, we'll be, when I got the spot in Miami, we in Miami, Cuban spots, he'll be pouring his coffee and then he'll pour sugar. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and he'd be like, you'd be pissed, like, bro, like, I'm a grown man, bro. Like, so I would stay on him and then I backed off, I planted those seeds. And then slowly but surely he started like, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I gotta, like, if I care about you, I'm gonna say something.
You gotta say something.
I'm gonna say something. If you don't want me to care, I ain't gonna say shit. But I shouldn't be around you. Right, you know what I'm saying? So I live by the motto, still shopping still. And I tell everybody in my circle, if I'm fucking up and I don't see it and y'all don't tell me, fuck y'all. You don't care about me. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need no yes man around you.
Yeah, so I'm on everybody, bro. Cause it's like, even like this, like, say we go party. I don't party often, but when we go hard, right? It'd be at 5 in the morning getting in. I still get up early and go to the gym.
Hey, fire that shit up, man. I want to smell the weed. I can't smoke it. Oh, you smoked it? Ain't no way. All right, go ahead. What's this?
Yeah, nah. So if I party, I'm up early. That's my rule. Up early, gonna sweat that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll drink. I'll go hard. I'll, you know, do all the things.
It's all about moderation, though. You can't go hard every fucking day.
Nah. The way I go hard, it's not sustainable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look,
you go hard.
I go hard, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers like, yo. I'm like, you good? I like to test people too, see how sturdy they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like motherfuckers that can do all the things and still got their lives together.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You smoke weed?
Nah, I don't smoke weed.
But you do psychedelics.
I do psychedelics.
I seen that.
And I don't microdose. I macrodose.
Macro. What is a macro?
Just a lot. I want to feel that shit. What do I?
So what's the most you ever took at one time?
I did a heroic dose, a heroic journey on LSD.
It's like a 4 grams.
Bro, I did liquid, pure. So the liquid you're supposed to like just like mix it to dilute it. I'm not that precise, and I'm like, I can figure this shit out. So I figured out how to get like a hit from the liquid, right? So this one day, this man was with me right here. We was headed to my gym to film some content with one of my homies, another boxer. And I fucked up. I was like, oh shit. I did it, I didn't feel it. And I'm moving fast because it's like a busy day. And look, all right, so LSD, people have such a weird perspective of these medicines, especially LSD. They think you're gonna be all fucked up.
Because they call it acid. When you say the name acid, it just
that's part of the name. It's lysergic acid, right?
Yeah.
But most of our body is acid and chemicals. You know what I'm saying? It's just a word. So what it does is it makes parts of your brain communicate to other parts that it don't usually communicate with. It heightens everything. You're very aware of everything. You could, no bullshit, you hear better, see better, smell better, food tastes better, sex is incredible, like magical. Every time I've had sex on that, it's like, is this normal? You know what I'm saying? It's like, for real, spiritual. You feel me?
Are both y'all taking it?
Me or both. I rarely ever take it by myself. So yeah. But yeah, it's like next level. So you're more creative. So I took it like to film some fire shit at the gym, right? On a workout. There's fighters that take it in training, in sparring, and they feel like they're in a matrix, whooping ass. Yo,
listen, I had this hypothesis, right? I think that back in the day when they used to go to war, they used to take mushrooms.
Yeah, they did all of the things.
Okay, because
they did. This is a fact. This is proven. Yeah, they did.
To go in there with that type of rage, like it's like you got to be a whole other fucking.
But you don't. The rage works against you though in combat. You gotta be calm and calculated, right? There's even like, all right, so Steve Jobs, if you read his biography, he talks heavily about all of the LSD he did. That's where a lot of his ideas came from. A lot of scientists, physicists, and whatnot will have issues or problems, equations they can't figure out for months. Lock themselves in a room for 30 minutes on acid, and they've got it. You know what I'm saying? The first time I took it, now, I was slow to the party with anything, right? Taking anything, right? So 2020, my first time doing it. But I did like a year worth of research before that, right? And I had a very good grasp and understanding on it. Of it. So when I took it the first time, I dove right in and just took a hit, not half, I took a whole hit. And it was just a beautiful experience, and it made me pissed at the government. I'm like, y'all are such fucking liars. You know what I'm saying? Schedule 1. No therapeutic or medicinal benefits, highly addictive, none of which is true. You feel me? So yeah, I did a heroic dose by accident, but it was a trip.
I seen on one of your episodes you made everybody take some psychedelics.
I didn't make it.
Oh, you didn't make it? But you did.
Everybody, like, I ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? So like people, nobody does it often. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's cool to do every now and then. Now, so you're the ayahuasca, right? So that's
you done that?
No, I haven't done that. I don't want to do that.
Why not?
I don't want to shit on myself.
Shit on yourself?
Throw up. You purge. Yeah.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah, man. I've had my version of that with that heroic journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. So literally, technically what happens is that molecule binds to your 2A serotonin receptors, right? So you have an uptake of serotonin, like a crazy amount, right? Makes you happy. Now, what they used it for and what it was being developed for was for people with depression, anxiety, PTSD. Medication doesn't work, non-responsive. They would do 2 therapeutic sessions, like one day and one day of a heroic journey with a therapist, right? And they'd be good for 6 months, no symptoms, right? That's not good for Big Pharma. Big Pharma needs you to run out of pills in 30 days so you can buy it again. You feel me? So this is why these things were banned for so long. But look, you can hide the truth for a minute, but at some point it's going to come out. So that's why these restrictions are being lifted. And I'm in the front of the line to be one of the first businesses with legitimate legal psychedelics, psilocybin business. Because that shit is legal in California. It's decriminalized. So that means no one will go to jail for it. You're not supposed to sell it though. But people selling it, like dispensaries, everybody's selling it. So, you know, it's just a money game, man. They just want to make sure they get their piece, the government.
Yours is liquid, you said?
We have liquid and it'll be all of the things. Candy, gummies, chocolates, and the actual mushrooms, which I hate those.
Taste, huh?
It's disgusting.
For real. I got to throw that shit in a smoothie or something. When you take LSD, is it because it's the 2 forms of LSD, right? It's like the natural form, then it's the
liquid or the paper, the block. Yeah.
Which one you prefer?
The paper. Wow. It's easier to gauge. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I took a heroic journey by accident. You know what I mean? Yeah.
On both, on LSD and shrooms, you had both?
No. I've never been able to get that crazy on shrooms. Okay. I've tried. It just doesn't hit me as hard. LSD is just powerful and crisp.
What did you discover in this journey? On this heroic journey?
All right. So this is what happens. I can articulate it in a very beautiful and poetic way. I want to articulate it in a very practical way because I understand what happened. The things that are most pressing on your heart and your mind, you have to deal with it, right? Anything negative, you have to deal with it. So mine was 2 things. Mine was my relationship with homie right there. That's my bro, right? I've been knowing him since 2020, right? And, you know, we all work together and I'm very aggressive. So when I'm on go mode, I'm like, hey, what the fuck? You know, I talk a lot of shit. Some of it is in jokes, but some of it be serious. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I've said things to him that I shouldn't have said, or was just too aggressive. And like the revelation was like, bro, like why would you talk to him like that? Yeah. That's a good dude. That's your guy. That man loyal. He a good father. He does a great job at the office. Like, so I was in my tub. That's like my little sanctuary. I got out, him, my assistant, they was at the crib, they was downstairs. So I put my robe on, my towel, I ran downstairs like, bro, I'm sorry for not being a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Said all of the things, we hugged it out, went back upstairs. Then the next demon or monster was lies. You know what I'm saying? I tried my best to be as good as a human being as possible. You know what I'm saying? But I was still lying to girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't need to know this, you know, the white lies. A lie is a lie. And you feel an overwhelming sense of like love for yourself, right? So it's like, bro, why would you allow that kind of filth to come out of your mouth? You know what I'm saying? So that had nothing to do with nobody. That was me. And I like processed it for real. And that's when I just stopped lying to girls. Like, I don't really lie. I never really lied back then, but I would kind of like create a false perspective that I wanted them to think. You know what I'm saying? But now, and I find when you don't lie, nothing is all is better. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so those were the things that was most pressing on my heart and my mind, and those were the things that I had to deal with. They say that you see the dragon. That's how they describe it, right? The dragon is just your demons, is your inadequacies, you know, your character deficiencies, right? And if you're a person of character that wants to be a better person, you're gonna fix that shit. I can imagine somebody considering themselves a decent human being not fixing their shit on a journey like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I experienced. I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit. So, like I said, it brings you close to your truth, right? So, I am a polygamist to the heart, right? So, but back then it was just like, I always had to smash 3 girls. So that night, so the ride is like this, right? But then it started coming down. So you're out of that therapeutic phase and back into that euphoric phase. So I'm feeling good now. So I'm on IG talking shit, listening to music, like not my normal shit. So one of the shorties that I used to hang out with was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm in the center of the universe. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I want to come over. I said, all right, I'm bringing somebody. I said, perfect. So they come over, they coming from the strip club. They already lit a little bit, and they pour themselves some drinks, and my crib is like, it's just a vibe in the crib. Like I got hue lights everywhere, and I control it. So it's like just a dope environment. So we chilling, we vibing. They sit on the floor, and I'm explaining everything to them. Remember, I'm on LSD, so my brain's working better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm picking up all of the communication going on between them. And one thing I don't do is fuck with somebody who's with somebody. No thanks. I don't do that. I don't even smash girls that I'm not considering bringing into my family. You know what I'm saying? So I have in the past, but it's a waste of my time. So the shorty that my girl was dope. And her friend was fire because he's new. So I'm trying to figure out who she is, what's about her. So I'm like, where was y'all at? And this one is slick, so she doesn't post or tag shit, whatever. But I found out where they was at. I'm listening to where they was at. So I went to that in the stories, like the location on IG. Fucking found it. Them, right? And so I went to that one's page. The first picture was her and a dude, like her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice guy, square dude, but just seemed like a nice guy. I felt so bad for him, right? So, and then more communication, and she slipped up and said something about her boyfriend, my own girl, right? Just tell me. I'm not gonna smash, but be honest with me, right? So that everything, like, all right, cool. So they get on the bed, start to bust it open. I get the phone out because that's my normal, like just film everything. I was like, now prior to that day, I would have just, even if I didn't want to, I would have just did it, just to be a man, just to do it, just to crush it. But I was like, hey, I appreciate y'all for coming over, but I just really want to be alone right now. You know what I'm saying? They were like, what? I get the Uber.
Oh, this free pussy right here, nigga?
Yeah, like, nah, I'd rather be alone. So they did it moving. I chilled, watched music videos. I ain't watched a music video in years. It was great, you know what I'm saying? And I had an awesome night, you know what I'm saying?
By yourself.
I was being truthful to myself, and I didn't want to fuck with them, you know what I mean? But the old me, just super, like, just not real with me. I would have did what I am supposed to do. And felt like shit afterwards, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it did for me. And one more thing, I forgot this. I'm a grumpy motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Everything pisses me off. Not like really, but I tend to have that kind of disposition. I was like just elevated and positive for like 3-4 months after that. Everybody was commenting like, yo, you so much more pleasant, you know what I'm saying? So it was a dope vibe.
It was like an awakening type shit.
Yeah, nah, for real. It was, I'm not gonna lie, bro, it was life-changing to an extent. You know, it was transformative.
So now, like, I heard you say, like, okay, you don't even smash women that you don't even want it. It's not going to enter your family.
Right. Potentially. Yeah.
So, one, I want to ask you, like turning down women, turning down pussy. Because as men, like we just feel like we just gotta hit everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially being who you are. I'm pretty sure like it's a lot of women that after you in your DMs and it's like to the average man, a nigga that ain't getting it like that, or even niggas that's getting it like that, that's not conscious. Yeah. They feel like, yo, just cause they on my line, I gotta hit. And you feel if you don't, like either the woman gonna look at you weird, like, damn, what the fuck? Like you ain't finna hit this. Like your partners be like, damn, nigga, what's wrong with you? Cause me, like, bro, I can't hit everything. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody shouldn't be allowed in my space.
That's
I mean,
a fact,
just cause you find I go off energy. You know what I'm saying? And I never really thought about that, like that, like being in my family type shit. Yeah. But like, can you speak on like, you know what I'm saying, just not allowing just any woman in your space just cause she's just fine and just that's what men supposed to do.
Listen, bro, like my woman is queen supreme, dying, right?
One woman.
My woman, yeah. And nobody's special like her. Now, if we bring somebody else in, then that's what it is. But outside of that, it's like, nah, like this is, I'm not cheapening myself. It's not gonna be a situation to where bitches are gonna be talking about me to her. She's not gonna find out anything about me from anybody but me. You know what I'm saying? To be deceptive and to not be the person that your significant other think you are is probably the most terrible thing you could do to somebody. It could really damage a person. And then they're not gonna trust you. I had a situation like this before. So when I was on a run, you know, I cleaned up my life, right? And that's when I started my businesses, the whole nine, but I was still a fugitive. So I had a girl. I didn't want to have a girl during that time because I didn't want to go to prison and have a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to worry about that shit in the streets, you know what I mean? So I would not get close to nobody, but this one girl, she was so sweet and she was dope, and then I just fell for her. So they came and got me. So extradited me back to Arizona, and she's like, I can't move. She had just became a nurse, right? I gotta do this, but she says, I know you. Just do what you do, but don't make me look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Don't make nobody feel special. I'm like, stop. But I did exactly that. You know what I'm saying? Fell in love with somebody. I can't just be smashing somebody and not fall for her. Like, because first of all, I'm a very picky person. And if I'm choosing somebody, it ain't just her looks, it's her personality, her vibe, like all of that shit. Why wouldn't I fall for her? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So some months go by, they find out, they call me up, bust me out, like, all right, it's cool. But then I'll get one back and the other back. Same shit. They find out again a couple months later, I just get the one back. So I get her back, but it was different. She didn't look at me the same. You know what I'm saying? And that shit fucking sucked. You know what I mean? So I'll never put myself in a situation like that again. You feel me? So yeah, I don't, and look, bro, I'm a multimillionaire. Look, I had everything, lost it all, and got it back legally. So my self-estimation is through the roof.
Fucking right.
So why would I just let any old body, I would not let any old body in my space. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're just not deserving of it. And, bro, I look at a lot of things. These girls be out here with lame niggas. If I see you fuck with a lame, get out of here. What am I here for? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's a lot of factors, man. So I'm very selective, and I'm, like you were saying earlier, I protect my space and my energy. You know, I'm not here for everybody. It's just not, you know? And it's interesting because the shit stopped. Like, I used to, you know, I have girls just, or whatever, DMs, but it stopped. I think my energy is so what it is now that they don't even come at me like that no more. And I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Now, when I am broadcasting my relationship, that's a little bit different. Girls want to be a part of that. Right. I don't know if anybody has ever explored polygamy or polygyny, to be specific, but here's the thing. Women are attracted to men with women. Not because they have a woman, it's just that women do not want a man that nobody else wants, right? So you have a baddie, it look like you're treating a girl, all of that shit, she look happy, they're interested, you know what I'm saying? Now, when you're bold enough to say like, look, I'm taking somebody else on. We like this. They're very intrigued. Very intrigued. I never sat down with a woman. They can be, they'll probably be in your comments being mad right now, but put them in the right situation, they're gonna try it. Because why wouldn't they? You're gonna be with potentially be with a man that's gonna fully take care of you, treat you like you wanna be treated, the dream shit, right? And never fucking lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the biggest part.
That's the biggest thing. So many women, it was like fresh and fit. I took both my girls on at one time. And they were like, oh shit, right? So many women was hitting me up.
You went on it the first time without it.
Right.
Without the girls. Talk about it.
They started talking shit.
Then you came back with the 2 girls.
This is why I did it, right? I don't be putting my shit out there like that. I'm like, I'm big dog, bro. Like, what y'all talking about? Like, this is not life.
Yeah.
This is not life. Look, every stage of my life was fine, right? Money or not. I had good friends, I had beautiful girlfriends, and I had fun. Even when I had no money. That doesn't change anything, you know what I'm saying? And I like Fresh and Fit is my dogs. I like them. I really like them, care about them. But I wanted them to see like, yo, I hear your message, but bro, shit is real. And shit is more complex and deeper than money. Money is nothing. You know what I'm saying? And money should not be, there's a lot of rhetoric, especially in podcasts nowadays, that it's money, you have what you want, money, money, money. I'm like, nah. One of my closest friends, normal 9-to-5 guy, good job, but just normal shit. His wife is a dime. Normal job, they got their house, their cars, whatever. She ain't going nowhere because she got a solid man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life is not ideal for most people. You know what I'm saying? I can handle high stress. A lot of people can't. You know what I mean? I have to manage the lives of a lot of people in terms of people that rely on me for a paycheck, right? That's a lot of pressure on people. Look, shit is smooth now because we're just in such an abundance, but I had a period where I had to shut down one business, pay everybody out of my pocket, right? Help out another homie, payroll type shit. So the shit be real, right? But I paid my dues and now I'm in a good position. So, but a lot of people would have folded right then when the shit hit the fan back then. You know what I'm saying? So I've earned my status at where I am. I'm battle tested. So, yeah, it is what it is.
How do you get your ego stroked? Because most men need their ego stroked by having multiple women, beautiful women. If you're not allowing, a lot of women in your space, if you're only dealing with certain type of women, like, what strokes your ego? Like,
yeah, my ego is intact. I got a healthy, big ego, but my life, my life, everything in my life, it helps stroke my ego, right? So it's like when I go to the event, like the fact that so many people look up to me, that's good for a man's ego. I'm purpose driven, right? So I set goals and knock them down. That's good for my ego. So I started back fighting in 2018, right? After not fighting for so many years, because I'm looking at other guys in my industry. I'm like, fuck these guys, right? And they want to work out, hit the bag. I'm like, are y'all fighting? No, would you fight? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to just not appear to be like these weenies. You know what I'm saying? Do some man shit. Let's go. Let's run. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a weenie shit. So, because I'm just a certain type of way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I always gotta separate myself from people. Like, nah, check this out though. I can do this though. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you fight though?
Yeah.
Like, how many push-ups you got? Like, I'm competitive. You know what I'm saying? So, my ego is very, very, very big. People think that regular people say shit like, oh, you gotta kill the ego. Like, nah. My ego is beneficial to a lot of people.
Damn right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And what are you talking about? Like, who wouldn't want to be the man? You feel me? Like,
who doesn't want to be the man?
Who the fuck? But see, look, here's the thing, bro. This is like, we live in a world now that's ran by betas. You know what I'm saying? Betas and pussies make rules, right? And it's fine. Because that's the only way that they can thrive and survive, right? Because what's a rule? A rule ain't shit. The only real rule, universal rule, is to sustain yourself with food, have a woman to reproduce with,
be honorable,
Not even that, bro. I'm saying, hear me out. Like raw dog shit, like human nature, just nature, is to eat, have shelter, and fuck. That's it. That's the rule, right? Now, over time, when we develop societies, you know, the weak people have to have rules so they can have a peace too, right? I'm sure you're a fly dude. You're a king. You got the energy. I'm sure you've been in spaces where you know niggas, girls is on you. And it would be easy to just, you know what I'm saying? I'm in that shit like that all the time. So it's like, we gotta have rules. He gotta have this has gotta be wrong for me to just take his girl. It's gotta be socially not accepted. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So, you know, this guy got a lot of money. I'll take that. Yeah, right? I was telling him a story about my first gun, with my second gun. I was like a kid, he was a teenager, little white dude. His dad had a bunch of guns, and we went to the woods to shoot. When it was my turn, I said, I'm gonna save these bullets. Just keep that. He was like, hey, what are you doing? I said, hey, don't follow me. You know what I'm saying? Imagine just living your life like that. Yeah. And there's no rules. So stronger people, and when I say strong, I'm not talking about physically strong. I'm talking about, when I always speak about a dangerous man, right? And a dangerous man is not the most tough looking guy. Timothy McVeigh, not a good person, but was very dangerous. Skinny, puny, pathetic looking, right? But he was down to strap bombs to himself and blow the spot. That's dangerous. There's a lot of guys like shooting online, you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit, act like they fighters, but what are you doing? What will you do when shit hits the fan? You know what I'm saying? And then to take it a step further, dangerous is a person that's intelligent and will stand on his truth regardless of the consequences. You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous.
You consider yourself dangerous?
100%. Yeah.
But controlled.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. He's a physicist. His name is Eric Weinstein, right? Major dude, right? You know who Peter Thiel is? That was like Elon Musk's first business partner with like PayPal, billionaire. But he manages his $1 billion fund, like intelligent and gets the bag. So we was having a conversation. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't want you to ever see me. I would be embarrassed if you ever see me like how I can be. And he was like, Mike, I see how, I know I can see you for who you are. But I love it. I fuck with you because you're not an asshole. Like I feel safer around you than most people because you control the demon, the beast. You know what I'm saying? But as men, we need to be animals because there's animals out there who don't have any rules. You know what I'm saying? And if we're not capable of being as fucked up as them, then we're victims. You know what I'm saying? I be telling dudes all the time, bro, like, you know, get you a strap, like learn how to fight, do something. You got a girlfriend, you got kids. They should feel safe. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
So even if like higher security, something like just, but I feel like men should be able to handle themselves to some degree. You know what I'm saying? And do difficult shit every day. You know, so that's like, so when in terms of dangerous, like, yeah, that's, I have to be dangerous. Like, because death to me is not what it is to most people, right? It's not that bad to me, right? I learned at a very young age that life ain't shit. It can go like that, right? I learned at an early age that people get killed all the time and the killers don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? We was kids, bro. It'd be cats will kill one of our friends and be out trying to play basketball with us next week, and we all scared and shit. Like, damn, did somebody get this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I will not walk this earth. Anything can happen, but I'll mitigate as much as I can. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like all men should.
That's a fact.
Know how to fight. Learn how to use a weapon, but what need to come with that is emotional intelligence.
Correct.
Because you can have this power, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a boxer and you got all the strength, you know how to beat the shit out of a nigga. But if you ain't got that emotional intelligence, you're going to use that the wrong way and end up killing a nigga and going to jail or having a weapon.
And it's pointless.
And niggas will get guns just to have them, bro. Don't know how to use them for real. Never really shot a gun. But so you so trigger happy. You ready to, when anything that happen, you ready to pull your gun out. You know what I'm saying? You might see niggas like, first, you know what I'm saying? They go grab their clutch. You supposed to grab that gun when it's time. You know what I mean? And some niggas, a lot of men, they crash out real early because they they don't have emotional intelligence, or some shit happen and they just tick off and they were just ready. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. It's the emotional intelligence. It's emotional intelligence, emotional resilience, and self-awareness.
Yeah.
And understanding consequences. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I remember like one time I'm locked up. I'm a rap fanatic, right? But this one time I'm like, man, fuck Jeezy, fuck Tupac. I'm like, this shit got me in here. You know what I'm saying? And it sucked. And it's not really fuck them. That's just how I was upset and trying to blame somebody. But people don't really ever experience any consequences. So they'll crash out later in life and be all bad. You know what I'm saying? In business, this is interesting. I find that when I did business in the streets, people were more honorable than me doing square business. Because in square business, you're dealing with squares who've never been in the streets. So the idea that there could be some physical repercussions for them doing fuckery, that reality ain't there. And they think that it stops by threatening you with the cops or lawsuit. It's like, bro, a lawsuit? A piece of paper? You think that's gonna stop me, my nigga? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know how many times people say, is that a threat?
Yeah.
I'd be like, yes. Go tell, yes. Cause it ain't what they think it is. Go tell. You think something's gonna happen, nothing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the thing. When you're battle tested, you've been through all the shit, you know what you can do. You know what I'm saying? These people don't know that. Now, here's the thing, bro. As I get older, you know, I have like my sons with me every day. Like, that's my guy, and I want him to be a Renaissance man, an honorable person. So he knows about my background and my past, but he knows that I've transformed out of that. And, you know, I'm a lucky person that I didn't get fucked up along the way. So he's too smart. Like, I'm so fortunate to have a son that's so smart. He moves so precise and so well, you know what I mean? And he's a real dude too. Like, he didn't grow up. You remember Drake had a song, or something light skin, and Drake said, light skin, but I'm still a dark nigga. Elijah's like, you heard that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he is though, you know what I'm saying? He got the spirit of a real one, right? Funny story. He got in a fight last year, right?
How old is he?
He's 17.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. 17. He got in a fight last night, and one of his friends recorded it. I didn't want to look at it. But it took me 6 months to look at it, right? When I looked at it, I smiled, because there's a grown man fucking with him. He was not being aggressive. Man touched him. Either, hey, don't touch me. About to touch him again.
Sleep.
Because I taught him, I put him in boxing at an early age. And he's like I was. Like, when I was young, I didn't look tough. But I had hands, and that's how he is. So it's a grown, like, what is a grown man fucking with some kids for? You know what I'm saying? He got that was justice right there. But yeah, that's what we have to. I feel another thing about knowing how to fight and handle yourself. You're not quick to jump into no shit.
Hell no.
Because you know niggas it ain't a look. It's not a look. The look can help against people who don't know what's up, but I know you can't look at somebody and tell.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
You could tell about movements and the way they could talk a little bit. You could kind of like gauge a nigga. Yeah, but that tough look ain't it.
You've been incarcerated, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen some scary looking niggas getting knocked the fuck out.
I seen it all.
So I don't go by any of that no more. Like, and this happened to me early because people used to try to bully me when I was younger, right? And I unleashed hell on these niggas, right? And it was out of fear. I feared getting fucked up, so I went hard. You know what I'm saying? So nobody fucked with me. So it would be like, and this is what I learned. I'm like, damn, these bullies, these scary looking niggas, they have no idea how to fight because they intimidate people with their presence and they never have to fight, right? I always got to fight. The homies are skinny, like we always fought, right? So we know how to fight. So that's real shit. So I remember just being locked up. I'm like, nigga, what? Excuse me? Yeah. Let's run it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take my shoes. Like, what? Let's go.
Oh, you locked up?
Yeah. The first time I was like, let's go. Like, let's go. I was like 18. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't look like how I look now. Now it was never, like my last time it was like nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't put out that energy no more. I did back then. Right. Yeah.
Now you have high level conversations with like, bro, like you done had some great conversations with Billy Carson, 19 Keys, a few guys, bro. And your conscious level is not of the average human. Like the way that you see the universe, like I've seen you talk about like mathematics, and like but the average nigga is not talking about that.
Right.
Where did you get this information from? Like when did you start tapping into that?
Bro, it's the right combination of things. I first and foremost, being born in Brooklyn, New York, right? Brooklyn, when I was growing up, the 80s and 90s was like a third world country. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. It was very violent. We had the highest murder rate, and we're not even a city. You know what I'm saying? It would be us and DC, back and forth, right? Chicago wasn't even in the picture back then, right? This was like the New York City crime wave. This is when Rudy Giuliani is interesting. He just got indicted today with the law that he implemented on the mafia and us with the RICO. But this is when he was handing out RICOs like he did to my father. So it was just bad, bro. So me being able to, but I had an interesting situation. My mother's a G, you know what I'm saying? My father was a solid stand-up dude, but he was gone. He was in college, you know what I'm saying? And so I was around my mother and her husband, who's, you know, a boss. So my mother, despite me being amongst that chaos, she kept me protected. You feel me? So I've seen a lot of shit as a young kid, like that I should not have seen, but it never damaged me. It just gave me more intellect and perspective and made me more cautious, right? I play chess. Bro, I have an obsession with chess. Yeah, I be on my phone, like, nonstop. Yeah. I be in a meeting, and I be like, acting like I'm doing some important shit. Like, working on chess. Yeah. It's just, that, and my brain works like that. And my father got me in chess at a young age, and then boxing is chess. So my brain works in a certain way. Now, another thing about Brooklyn, it's like, we call it the planet, right? Because it's like culture, like a motherfucker. Like, you gotta think, you live in a place where you have Chinese, you have Africans, you have all of these different cultures in their purest form. Not like the watered down version, it's like pure, right? So you had that. You had little kids whose imagination was never stifled. We always had like a fertile imagination. We go outside, no cell phones, no tablets, no nothing, and we just go on adventures. You know what I'm saying? And going in different neighborhoods is like going to a different country. You feel me? When you grow up in New York City, like in one of the boroughs, it's a good chance that by the time you're an adult, you haven't been to other 5 boroughs. You know what I'm saying? In your city, because there's so much in your neighborhood, and then the next neighborhood, it's like a completely different place, right? So all those combination of things, right? My mother, so I experienced like a very rich life and then a very poor life, right? And then young man shit, trying to figure shit out on my own. I've always been a person that liked learning, you know what I'm saying? My mother instilled that in me. You know, my mother was mad smart. So she had me reading like older books, like I'm 3rd grade, I'm even 6th grade books, writing. You know, you remember certain things. And I remember I was always the best reader in class, valedictorian, all of that, straight A's. Then I would have friends who couldn't read, like literally couldn't read. And it would embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your parents? Like, you think that everybody's household is like yours, you know what I'm saying? And my mother was strict and like scary.
You be talking about like some, man, like.
I'm fascinated by a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the math, like the numbers, the science, it's like, it was one video, like it was so, whoever edited that shit, bro, like the shit was like the Matrix type shit. Yeah. It was like, it made me just like tap in, like, damn, like I don't know as much as
mathematics.
I know, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't know nothing either. I'm a baby. Here's the thing, bro. This is what I've learned over the years. I like learning, bro, straight up. So language, English, Spanish, whatever, is a primitive form of communication for a human. You know what I mean? The simple fact that there's languages that we can't speak and can't communicate with each other properly, it shows that it's not the best way to communicate. When we talk about God, right? You believe in God? So do I. What is God, right? We know what the books say, right? But nobody knows the intention behind the person writing that. Nobody knows the allegory they were trying to come up with. Nobody even knows the original translation from in which we derive our text from. I sit with these books and these words, and I look at like the etymology of Adam, Adam and Eve. Adam, Hebrew, Aramaic. It's not a name, it means dirt. It means like earth. Like, wow, right? Serpent. And I'm reading Genesis one day and I'm like, the serpent deceived Eve, yada, yada. God punished the serpent to be a serpent. What? Makes no sense. Why is no one questioning this, right? Serpent, etymology. Definition, then etymology. Etymology, seraphim. Seraphim is an angel. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Satan was an angel too. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you keep going, the creation and so whatever, and we were happy. Who is we? You know what I'm saying? Y'all read this shit? Y'all reading this shit? Like nobody's reading, right? People just take the word from their leader, their pastor, their preacher, their imam, whatever. But all of these scriptures is at the mercy of each person's interpretation. Yeah. To me, that's fine. All right, so look, my last time dealing with the law, had an excellent attorney, but there was a huge possibility, the fact that I went on a run, that they was gonna go hard on me and put me away for 15 to 20 years. I was fine with it if that happened. You know why? Now my contingency plan was like, I'm gonna become Malcolm X up in this bitch. I have time to study.
Oh man.
You feel me? I'm gonna eat clean, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna pray, I'm gonna fucking study, I'm gonna be strong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to sit still, I'm gonna learn. So when I have time to sit still now, I'm trying to learn, right? My notes is crazy, right? I've written books, probably, if you compile all this shit together. I just have a fertile imagination. No one ever stopped me from thinking. You know what I'm saying? No one ever made me go to school. No one ever made me do shit. So my imagination never became stifled or disciplined. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm the way I am.
You believe in, wait, you have a religion? What's that?
Islam.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
How long you been like that?
Forever.
Really? Wow.
But I'm of a certain sector of Islam called the Nation of Gods and Earths. That's why you may hear me greet people as gods, like peace God, peace earth to a woman. So this is the divine language of Allah, of God. Allah just means one God, right? There's no multiple gods. I mean, we can be gods, but the divine architect, the engineers, I don't know, maybe there's more, I don't know. I'm not that wise, right? But we have all of these lessons and we have divine alphabets and divine mathematics, right? And the mathematics, you know, we talk about that. It's a lot of things I don't like to put out there because it's not for everybody. But we have a breakdown. You ever heard the term a 5%er? Yeah, so I'm a 5%er. You have a 5%, 10%, 85%. That's a general breakdown of a population of all people. And the 85% is like the general, like, I just go to work, I ain't thinking about shit.
Sheeps.
It's sheep, right? And that's not to say that anything in a disrespectful way. That's just like, that's just is normal to be like that, right? You have 10% who have knowledge, who have wisdom and power, and they manipulate the sheep, if you will, the 85 to benefit from. You know what I'm saying? At all costs. You feel me? Then you have the 5%, the poor righteous teachers. And poor doesn't mean financially or economically poor, because when you're intelligent, you're gonna make money, right? And you righteous, it comes to you. So our job is to, educate the deaf, dumb, and blind. You know what I'm saying? Resurrect these dead souls and fight the devils, 10%, right? Be on their fucking necks. And then me, life is what you make it. And I assign meaning and purpose to my life. My name is Michael. Michael in scripture was the highest degree of angels. He was an archangel. He was God's right-hand henchman. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who casted Satan out of heaven and antagonized Satan to this day and protect the warriors and the good people. That's me. It's always been me. You know what I'm saying? So I've assigned meaning to my life. So when I go back to mathematics, people speak of like sacred geometry, right? That's somewhat pseudo. Geometry is geometry. And geometry specifically is a language of God. I'm gonna tell you how. With mathematics, especially geometry, you can reconcile every mystery there is to the universe. They do it. You feel me? So that's what mathematics. And we call ourselves gods, right? It's like, why would you say that? Think about it. It says in scripture, God made man in his image. What does that mean? Right? We be saying God, he, him, right? Like a dude. We made God in our image. We made the image of God in our humanly image. You know what I'm saying? So the universe we created, right? You ever heard of a split test? So when something is not observed, it's not happening. When it's observed, we see it moving different, right? So our human minds, it's funny because people will say like, oh, it's man-made, nature is primitive. You know what I'm saying? And we're not primitive. If we were primitive, we'd be in trees and shit. You know what I'm saying? A dog is kind of primitive. You know what I'm saying? We are advanced. And man-made is great. Man made this. You know what I'm saying? It made glasses. It made lights. You know what I'm saying? So even the foods that we eat or medication. See, medication is used as a tool of capitalism. So it looks bad. But medication is great. Motherfuckers will talk all that shit, but let you be in some kind of like pain that you need some opiates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to like go ride that shit out naturally. Yeah. Nope. Run that shit, right? So this is all beautiful things. Like these are all tools that we have at our disposal. Everything is what we make it. Money. Look, that's paper. It's literally paper.
It got so much value.
But people will kill for that shit, right? And then when you break down, I don't understand money. Like for real. I had somebody break it down to me. He's like, but it's nothing. Like, it means nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get into the weeds about like finances and money and banknotes and all of this shit, and then the legality of all of this shit, and how we're able to just create money whenever we want to, is really kind of like, we're riding the wave. Hopefully we die in the next, within 80, 100 years. But it's going to get to a point to where shit is going to be chaotic because it's like we're living in like universal debt. We're living in karmic debt. Listen, for a man to steal from another man is really stupid because that's going to come back to you, right? The sins that we have been committing on this planet, it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? So why do we keep doing this shit? And I'm talking about on a global scale. Like all conflicts is resolved through violence, war, right? Money's dangled in front of people to get them to do things. So money has replaced God. You know what I'm saying? Money and violence. I always say to 99% of all people, their God is money and violence because they're afraid and they'll do anything for money. You know what I'm saying? When you divorce yourself from that culture, I won't do anything for money. I turn down money all the time. I have such a weird relationship with money, it just keeps coming to me the right way. I don't need money from people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want their money. I don't want to be aligned with certain people because they got money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid of what anybody would do to me. Because if the stars align for me to die, I'm supposed to. And it's going to be a beautiful story to tell about me. That's why every day I'm creating a better story. So death is like my mother. I lost my mother. I didn't lose my mother. I got closer to my mother 2 months ago. I was not sad. I love my mother to death. But we're closer now. She's transcended. You know what I'm saying? She's not of this no more. That's next for me too. And it's going to be beautiful when it happens.
I mean, people are just scared of death, but they got to realize, like,
it's coming.
It's coming. We can't run from that. Like, birth is just as beautiful as death. Yeah. Like, we're here for a purpose, a certain amount of time, and then we got to get to the next level.
You know what I think it is? The fact that, because I think about this like this. So if life is good, why would I think life after this not be good? If there's anything. Right. But most people's lives are not good. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks. Say like, fuck, I don't know. I never had that girl. I never had a Lambo. I never, you know what I'm saying? So when our ancestors were under the condition of slavery, we could have overran a lot of these plantations. It was more us and them, and we're stronger. But they controlled us with the book, Christianity, the Bible. And it said, there's scripture where it shows like, look, you see this? You honor your master to do all of this shit. You're going to go to heaven when this is over. You're good. And they believed it. That's why they stayed in line. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine having that as your mindset? Like, that's what happens. Like, my life is gonna suck right now, but the more it sucks, I'm gonna go to heaven, right? That's how people reconcile their conditions, right? That is not on me at all. If I want heaven, I gotta create it. You know what I'm saying? I've been in hell already. You know, that shit ain't fun. I don't want no parts of that. So if I want heaven, I create it, and that's what I do. You feel me? So people are not creating anything. I create my universe. You create your universe, right? Thank you for allowing me in your universe. But people create their universe when they're just psychologically and spiritually aligned, right? But most people are not, and that's what's sad. And I'm working on a very robust program for people to learn how to like become alive. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, most people are not. They're chemical robots. Think about the insanity of this. You get up, most people, you go to a job that you don't like. You get this little shitty paycheck. You take that paycheck, you give it to this landlord in this crib that ain't your dream house, so you can sleep and rest up to get up and go back to that job that you don't like. And all the while, they're giving you a little bit of money. They're making a lot of money. You're making them rich. Go back, pay them to sleep, this whack-ass apartment. Go back. It's an endless cycle, hamster wheel that makes no sense. It's insanity. But that's what people stuck in this fucking psychological slavery. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you see some of me and my son conversations, bro. It's like, bro, this sky's the limit out this bitch. Like, what you want? Oh, that's yours. How you gonna get it? Let's figure it out. You feel me? With my homies, like some of my homies, I know I'll be annoying them because I see what they can have. Yeah. I'm like, nigga, like, oh, get that. Tell them. You know what I'm saying? But everybody figures it out at different speeds. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even me, there's higher degrees to wealth for me too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have to calibrate and do things different and shit like that. And I do. So life is beautiful. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, why would life suck after this? You know what I mean? And look, I sat with my mother. So when my mother transitioned, I came to Florida. You know, I never had to like plan a funeral and all of that shit, but I did it. I didn't know how I was gonna feel. I never was sad. You know what I mean? I shed a tear like once, and we was in the limo following the hearse going to the cemetery, and my girl right here, and my mother was like, "Boy, hold her hand. Quit acting like you." You know what I'm saying? Hold it. I was like, she ain't know it though. It was like real brief. And, you know, I did feel a way bringing her out. I just wanted to open it and fucking hold my mom just one last time. But I had to like be a big boy and do what needed to be done. Lay her to rest, right? But she's not even there. So I was with family for like a week straight, came back to Cali, right to the office, back into the mix. I think we was together, T, with Big Mike. And then I left them and went to the beach. I had a bag of my mother's things, like her jewelry and stuff. My mother flies, so diamonds and shit. I wanted to just go through her stuff, right? I hadn't had time to do it. So I had my little chair, my little blanket, go to the beach, FaceTime my cousin for a little bit. We chopped it up, and then I just put the phone down. Like, all right, I'm just gonna deal with my mom. So she was like right there, communicating with me. Like, boy, that ain't mine. I don't care about that. That ain't nothing. This rocks and metals. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you right. She was like, I'm not of this. This is you. I'm up here. I'm of this ether. I felt that shit, bro. So it gave me so much comfort. You feel me? And there's times now, yesterday, we flew out today, right? Yeah, yesterday, I dipped out when I left the office, I dipped up to the beach. I went to sit with my mother. So when I get them little hour, I go and just chill, silent, so I could feel her. You know what I'm saying? So death to me is going to be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's the next level of consciousness. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck your head up right now. We are three-dimensional beings. We exist in 3 dimensions, right? So there's animals or insects that's on our planet that's 2-dimensional. Dimensions are a bunch of directions, right? So every direction that we can perceive is within the 3 dimensions that we live in. Now, a two-dimensional creature can't crawl, he can't climb, just crawls, right? He doesn't have a neck. And insects have way shorter lifespan. So there's insects that can't look up, they can't fly, they just walk. So if we stand in front of him, all he knows is like that sliver that he sees. Like that's it. There's no all of this. There's no birds that don't exist to him, right? He just see a glimpse of what's in the third dimension, right? And I like to listen to these physicists and break this shit down, and they can, on paper, write equations for 11 dimensions, right? But we can't perceive that shit. But we perceive a sliver of a fourth dimension, right? And I have a theory or hypothesis. I used that word earlier. That's a good word. I have a hypothesis on that. Now, we share the same physical components of any other animal on this planet. However, we have all this technology, and we have language, and we have all of these things, right? So our consciousness or our mind, our personality, whatever, in my estimation, that is a sliver into that fourth dimension. It's just a higher level of consciousness. We literally are on a way higher level of consciousness than every other creature on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So when I sit and thought about these things, that's that sliver that we perceive. Like that insect can perceive a sliver of our foot. We're perceiving that slither of whatever that next thing is. You feel me?
I get you.
Yeah.
It's like you can feel it. You know it's there, but you can't really.
You don't know where it's at.
You can't really describe it.
Because think about it, bro. Like, how can we reconcile? Like, through science, they can tell you about a cell, the cell membrane, a sperm, an egg, it coming together, and then life. They can't articulate a personality, a consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, keep going.
Yeah, that's it. But look, when you're exposed to these kind of things, I mean, how could you not dive into it and learn more and just sit with it more?
It's like I feel a lot of things, and I can't really explain it or articulate it. Like I was sitting here having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were just talking about like just the universe and like manifesting, and it's like you can't really feel, man, like you can do it, but how you can't really describe it or like put into words of like how it really happens. It's like, okay, you put a thought out there and it happens. And
I got a question for you. What is or have you created a purpose for your life yet? And it's okay if you haven't. I'm just curious if you have.
I would say my purpose is to become wealthy for my next generation. I am the person in my family that's going to create that wealth, and I'm gonna die doing that.
Yeah. Okay. You have kids?
Not yet.
Okay. You gotta get started.
What I said not yet is they on the way. It's in the oven.
Okay. All right. He already started. All
right.
That's what's up. That's a blessing, bro. Listen, that's a blessing. Like, life is about. I remember when I first moved to Cali, I met so many people who ain't got kids, like that was older. Oh, it was weird. And I felt like they were trying to hold on to their youthfulness. You know, like, you getting old. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the ultimate expression of life. First of all, you live forever by reproducing. I'm there too. And I'm so thoughtful about that I put everything into that, my seed, so it could be fucking better than me. You know, my son already better than me. He's such a stand-up guy. It's ridiculous, right? So why don't people think like that? And I'm gonna put this on you because you're about to be a father. I'm a father. Everything is right here, wherever you live at, is in your home. Education, the hospital, police is you. You know what I'm saying? My children, like my daughter is homeschooled and she goes to a private school for the social thing, but it's a school that we handpicked, right? Why would I give my beautiful child in the most impressionable years of their lives to a stranger that I don't know anything about? They round check us, but we don't do it to them. So it's insanity to hand our children off to these people. I mean, you got too many kids in the class. The school my son was gonna go to, bro, is one-on-one. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way about like when I have children.
That's how you do it, bro.
Schools, TV, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be so different from what other kids growing up.
Right.
But I understand, like, those are precious years. You know what I'm saying? Very,
Damn
very
right.
sensitive.
Damn right.
And then like they're like a sponge,
Mm-hmm.
and you giving it to a person like that's gonna give them a curriculum that somebody else wrote, and it's fake fucking.
And it's not even, what is it leading to?
Nowhere.
Exactly,
Nothing.
exactly.
I need you to understand life.
Facts. Look, I'm big on like my daughter's 8, Ivy. That's my dog. Right?
2 kids.
I got 3. Yeah. So Ivy is 8. Ivy has a robust imagination. Ivy is brilliant, bro. So she be drawing. She gets some new toys like little teddy bears or whatever, and she names it. And I said, oh, she got a little talent with this creativity shit, right? So I'm always like, we take our little walks, our adventures, and oh, you see that lizard? Yep, that's Laser. So I know that she's gonna name everything, right? And it'd be cool names like Laser, the lizard, and like that. Oh, who is that? Like, who? You know that bird right there? She'll name it. You know what I'm saying? So I do things to keep her imagination just going. You know what I'm saying? And we'll have our conversations about just making things up because, you know, like parents would be like, that's not a thing. That's not real.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Right.
When she was little, right on the walls, I didn't care. Let's go for it. When we go out to walk, grab the thorns, feel it. She's a scientist. I'm not gonna tell her no on nothing. I'm watching though, you know what I'm saying? So we always like, nope, stop, don't do, no. That's bullshit. So what I did with her, she was like, all that energy, I like applying my mind for it. I'm like, I'm gonna wear her out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make her come in because I'm tired. We're gonna stay out.
Yeah.
And that's how it is to this day. I wake her ass up in the morning because I get up early and she get up early. I like, sometimes she was up a little late because it's summer. I'm like, get up. You wanna go for a walk? She be so tired. She's like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we gotta nurture in our kids, like, you know, and so they can be like, my children are very like confident. I wasn't as confident as a kid because my mom was mean and shut up. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that shit. I don't yell at my children. Never hit them in my life. I gotta put this out there too. If you hit your wife, you go to jail. You should go to jail if you hit your kid too. It's a person. Like, why would you hit a person because you're upset? Because you're not communicating properly to them to where they understand and doing what you want them to do. So it's like, I thought about it when I was a kid. Like, I remember I was getting a whooping one time. I got fucked up, right? I'm like, damn, she's mad. Like, I could tell she was mad. I'm like, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? So I never wanted to be like that with my children, for one. For two, you know, I know history, and this is a tradition from slavery. White people don't do this.
That shit that was the light bulb. Like, it came from slavery.
It came directly from slavery.
It came from slavery. Like, where the hell did you get that? And
Belts
it's like,
and whips.
It's a new wave of like parents right now that don't want to hit their kids because
they shouldn't.
Yeah, that shit is in the past. Like, you can discipline them in other ways.
The psychological shit is way more efficient.
Yeah.
So, and here's another thing. If you beat your kids, you're teaching them to resolve conflict with violence.
Yeah.
You beating your little girl, she gonna let somebody beat her ass. Like, bro, it blows my mind when girls be like, oh, they got hit. I'm like, okay. Then the second time, I'm like, what? I feel like if I yell at you, it's a wrap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna yell at you. So they'll go through years of getting their heads beat in, and they be pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that shit probably started at home. You getting beat. This is like, don't get mad now, my nigga. Like, you hit your daughter.
Yeah.
Y'all whooping her. So what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I guess everybody that used to get beat while they was a kid, like, they understood, like, this shit not right.
It's not right.
It ain't right at all.
It's not right. It's my kid. Like, no, it's not your. You don't own a. All right, you're responsible for them, but this is not responsible behavior, motherfucker. Go hit your boss. Go hit your boss.
What I get from you though, like, bro, like, it seemed like you really enjoy being a dad. And I used to be, before like this pregnancy thing, I used to think that I was like being a man by like not having a child. Like, okay, look, I'm single and I got no kids. But bro, the purpose of life is to recreate. Yeah. And the moment that I found out she was pregnant, I was like, yo, I love this feeling, bro. Like, I'm about to have
That's dope. I love that for you, bro.
Like,
That's
I'm about
dope.
to see somebody I could pour into
Yeah.
and really and unconditionally. Like it's gonna be like the love of my life.
Bro, it's the best shit in the world, bro.
Man.
I didn't have love in me until I had a kid. I was not that guy.
That's the reason why I want to have a kid too. Honestly, I want to have unconditional love. I want somebody to love me like to the deathbed.
Yeah, but I do have a realistic approach though. I know that it's gonna be a point to where they're gonna not want to fuck with me because they're doing their thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And I say that because like my pops is like that. Like he don't outlived all his homies. And he like, what's up, man? And I'm here for it. That's my guy. That's my best friend. But it's like, Pop, I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, he used to get mad at me like, if I don't answer the phone. I'm like, Pop, like, text me first. Like, I was in a meeting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let them do them when it's that time. You know what I mean? But our relationship's so different, though. It's so tight. So,
you have 3 kids. How many mothers?
2.
2. And like, how's the relationship? Do you have the kids or you?
Yeah, my no. Yeah. My son lives with me. All right, 3 kids. Elijah's 17, Kai's 16. Same mother. She lives with her mother though. All right, so Elijah lives with me, and then my 8-year-old, she lives with me, and her mother lives with me too. But we're not together. But that's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? That's family. And
not together, but live together.
And ain't nobody changing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, I want, look.
I salute that.
All right, so I was young, a young father. So we weren't aligned romantically. So I still want to make this the best situation possible for my daughter. And we got it, we worked it out.
How do you explain that to someone that you just meeting? Like, cause you know, like, niggas say anything. Yo, we not together, but she live with me type shit. And when women hear that, they're like, nigga. How do you explain that, like, meeting someone? Like, yo, listen.
I just tell them straight up, like, this is what it is. This is my dog. She ain't going nowhere. This is my family. I love Maya to death. You know what I'm saying? She's a awesome mother. You know what I'm saying? And look, my thing be this. I am never at ease until I know everybody's in bed at home. You know what I'm saying? I know where everybody's at. You feel me? So having her at the crib and, you know, it's just perfect, bro. And my job as a man is to create a safe space for her to thrive as a mother. You feel me? So even with my son's mother, I got him at age 12. I still gave her money every month just to help her out, still be a good mom to my daughter, my other daughter, right? I gave her money for him too. And he's with me, you know what I'm saying? Just to keep it peace, creating as much of a loving environment as possible, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember I went to their crib one time and sat down with her and her husband. I was like, look, because they got 2 kids. I said, as far as I see it, we all family, you know what I'm saying? So all that weird shit, like, I'm not participating in no argument, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So we have some common interests here and it ain't about us no more, it's about them. So once again, I'm God in my universe. I create my reality. I'm not gonna just let the shit be drama and shit like that. There's no reason for that.
Yo, I looked up to you before, but now I have a different respect for you.
Appreciate that,
like
bro.
the epitome of like a man. You know what I mean?
That's what we all are, bro. Yeah. That's what we here to do. You know what I'm saying? And look, it's so simple. It's what you make it.
It's what you make it.
It's like the most profound, but the most simple.
Simple. I get it. I get it. It's what you make it.
You read?
I don't. I mean, while I was locked up, I read a lot, and I lost that. I got off track with that, and I just picked up a book like the other day, The Way to a Superior Man.
Yeah, that's my shit. I read that like 5 times.
Yeah, I gotta finish it, and I feel like, in order for me to like, you know, have this audience, I need knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Right. I need more knowledge to feed them. I just can't go off of just.
That's a fact.
Life
I love what you just said right there, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I hope people listening. In order to sustain this audience, I need to give them something. So I've always looked at it like that too. Like in fitness, people be like, they just work out, take their shirt off. I'm like, you think people just interested in you because of your chest? Right. Like, this is weird. Cause I would tell people like, how to do this, how to do that. Like, I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Like, yo, you need to talk in them videos. They're like, I just want to work out. I'm like, okay. Okay. The moment you try to sell something, they're going to be like, shut up and take your shirt off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I love that you said that, bro. Always studying. And look, bro, you know what you are. You a fly motherfucker. You got your shit together. You got a popping ass podcast.
Thank you.
Don't be too busy for yourself to take 30 minutes out the day to read. You feel me? Because your peers are not doing that. Look, I'm gonna tell you what your peers are doing. They're buying all the designer socks, shoes, underwear, shirt, tie, goofy shit, right? And they putting value in that kind of shit. And they taking pictures on the cars, and you know what I'm saying? And they're not cool people. You can look at them and say they're not cool. Like, they're just patching themselves up because of money. If a person only has money, they're poor. You know what I'm saying? And you got more money than me, I'm still cooler than you. You know what I'm saying? I'm more interested in you. And I hate to say it like that, but you know, I hear these people and I hear them run out of steam and they just like buzzword, value. It's like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? You ain't that and never be that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say shit that irks me when I go and speak. I did one event, I was not about to speak because I didn't want to be on the stage with these people I saw. When people are pitching shit from the stage, now people are gonna tell you to do this. Here's the play. That shit sucks, bro. That shit sucks. And I know you care about your people because you said it. You said, I need to get more knowledge to feed them. So don't try to make money on them at every... Look, when you're not fucking like beating them over the head with shit, they're coming to you anyway. But people come to me, people with more money than me, with big bags to be in my council. You know what I'm saying? I don't advertise that. You know, you feel me? So it comes, bro. Just stay authentic. You authentic already. That's why I'm telling you that. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few people. I don't give a fuck what people feel when they see this. There's only a few people I really fuck with. And I know nobody cares, but I care. And I fuck with you now. Now that we actually met, you, Wall Street Trapper, 19 Keys. It's only a handful of people I fuck with.
Them boys authentic, man.
And then there's other people that y'all probably haven't heard of. I got a lot of white homies too. You know what I'm saying? Sean Whalen. Check him out.
Sean Whalen.
Solid, bro. Sean Whalen out of Utah. Rob Bailey. You know what I'm saying? Wes Watson. That's my dog. Wes did a 10-piece too. He crazy the motherfucker. Solid. Real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I just fuck with the real ones, the authentic ones, and I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Because like it's a lot of goofy shit.
It's a lot of goofy shit. Especially like becoming who I'm becoming and being in different circles. I gotta be able to separate myself. You know what I'm saying? Like not falling just into the crowd just because the hype of the person, the hype of the crowd. Like, bro, I'm bigger than that. You know what I mean? Like,
and it comes in waves too. It's like I be like this. Cause motherfuckers, they come out, see me in my office and shit. And like they coming up on the bag and shit. Nobody knows what I got. I don't put it out there like that, right? And I'm like, do it for 10 years, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I've been at it since 2011. Ain't dropped. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Legacy shit. You feel me? Like when all the homies is eating. You know what I'm saying? We all traveling the world together. Africa, Australia. Like, shit with niggas ain't fucking with. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
That's what life is.
And I'm not trying to like say I'm better than anybody. You know what I mean? But I'm authentic to myself. And just life is just, it just feels better like that. You feel me? I'm not in the circles. You know what I mean? Don't want to be.
I see that though. Like you ain't a loner, you just fuck with who you fuck with. I
fuck with EYL too. Bro, what they're doing, it's incredible, bro. No one's done this for our culture. You can't do nothing but salute.
Can't do nothing but salute.
You can't do nothing but salute.
If you don't, you a hater.
It's so bad to where I think it was DJ Envy was saying some shit about them. Like I'm like, I don't even know DJ Envy. I want to slap the shit out of him. How dare you? You do nothing for our culture. They've invested, they've done so much for Envy. This is my perspective. It's just not good for the culture, bro. You're a weak man. You talk about you can't satisfy your wife. You talk a lot of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all be on that political shit, and then you try to disrespect the gods. That's how I see it, bro. Like all the real ones, I'm Michael. I'm Archangel Michael. I'm protecting. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just me. A lot of people don't like me, and I want that.
Hey, listen.
I love for wicked people to hate me.
I love it too. I love it too. You're not supposed to be liked by everybody.
Nah.
Because if you are, that means you
fake. Yeah, you're a chameleon.
Yeah.
Bro, I love nothing more than to be, I know so-and-so gonna be there. Oh, that's great. All right. What's up? You know what I'm saying? We all in here. You know what I'm saying? And then you remember Pac said, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. Hero dies but once. He got that from Shakespeare, right? I've experienced that. I've seen cowards die. I've contributed to some of their deaths. This is how I see that. Man, fuck Mike Rashid. And somebody tell me. I said, he ain't told me that, so it ain't real. So I see them. I be like, what's up, bro? And they be like, in front of their people. Yeah. I know they talk shit to their people about me. He just died. You a faggot. You a bitch.
It's just vicious.
I love doing that shit, bro, because they never say anything. I used to like, Tia tell you, I had to stop this shit. Like, I hear something, hey, bro, I heard you, I ain't trying to trip, but I heard you said da-da-da-da-da. They get uncomfortable. So I don't even do that. Yeah. If I heard it, they didn't say it to me, it didn't happen. But I go around them, I'm like, that motherfucker, bitch. I be like, yo, how you? Because I had a cat come to me, try to shake my hand on some shit. I was like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that. Ain't no beef, I ain't.
Yeah. As you should. Let it be known.
Yeah,
Let it be known, bro. Like,
And that's the thing, bro. Motherfuckers think that I like confrontation, right? Confrontation don't mean a fight. Let's confront an outstanding issue so there's no issues. Yeah. Or if it's an issue, we can figure it out, right? People is afraid of that shit. They'd rather act fake in person than address an outstanding issue, which is so bizarre to me. You know what I'm saying?
Which is weak.
That's it.
It's weak.
How are you comfortable? Like, what your girlfriend think about you? You know what I'm saying? But no, how do you feel about yourself? How can a man look in the mirror at night and be cool with that shit? Bizarre.
I fuck with you, homie.
Yeah, I fuck with you. So you did shrooms?
Yeah.
You ever did LSD?
I did LSD, but I didn't do it in the right environment, bro.
Was it uncomfortable?
I did it in I was about to do a podcast, bro, and I took it.
Nah, you can't.
I can't.
Was that your first time?
That was my first time.
Oh, you tripped out.
I was like, why? I was feeling like it was gonna be like shrooms and I could control it, but
it's strong. It's sharp.
It was like on me, bro, and I couldn't.
How much did you take?
One little tap. Yeah, bro. I want to try it again, bro, just so I can really get the full effect of it and really use it. Because I don't want to just take shrooms and LSD just to.
I'm gonna tell you right now, LSD is better. So this is how I compare it. Have you had MDMA, Molly?
Yeah.
Okay. I like Molly. So acid is that, but it gives you more like, because Molly don't give you no, you don't feel smart. You don't feel none of that, nothing spiritual. You're just horny and happy.
And confident.
Yeah, right? But LSD gives you a degree of that euphoria, but a lot of like thinking, a lot of like dope thinking and shit, and good moves and shit like that. Now, you're not gonna experience the transformative shit until you take a lot. That's something that you work yourself up to though. Yeah. Because it can make you uncomfortable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Should I take it by myself?
Nah, I wouldn't. I didn't.
What about nature? Like,
I don't know. I don't like nature, so.
You don't?
I like the beach. That's about as nature as I like. Damn. I like air conditioning and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the nature. I'm not going to the woods and shit like that. If I go to the woods, we need a fucking. Bro, when we went to Haiti, we glamped. I'm like, yo.
What's that?
Like the luxury camping.
Oh, okay.
It looked fly, but it's like insects. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm from the city.
Yeah, I got you.
Yo, I got trauma from roaches. You know what I'm saying?
I do too, my nigga. And rats.
Bro, facts. Possum looking ass rats. Nigga. Like, yeah, so I don't fuck with that shit.
What about DMT?
I've had DMT. I got DMT at the crib, but I've never blasted off on it. So you know how to blast off? Like, you gotta inhale, hold it like 3 or 4 times, and then you feel like you spent 100 years in like 5 minutes.
Damn.
But I've never done that. I'll like suck on it, like puff on it on a pen, but I ain't go hard.
What feeling do you get from it?
It's just like, just relax. And all of them do something similar. They knock off the edge, like the anxiety, knock off fear, like all the negative. It's kind of like, disables your amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the brain that regulates fear and stress and shit. That's what used to keep us safe, like in the wild, you know what I'm saying? But we are safe, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of shuts that down. But meditation does that too. You feel me? So that's another thing. I was meditating for years before I ever tried any psychedelics. You know what I mean?
You gotta get to a level of meditation, right? Because I seen you in one video. It was at some little fucking. There was a bunch of people. Y'all meditating. I was doing. I don't think I was doing yoga. I was just like a meditation session.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That was a new
I
video
found
we
that
did.
really, really dope. I was like,
It was
damn,
dope, bro.
Because I meditate myself.
And those like, I wanna open up a facility, call it a temple, to where it's like, see in Islam, like you go to an Islamic country, it's easy to pray. Everywhere you could pray. You go pray, right? Here it's not like that. So I wanna like come up with a center in which people can go pray or meditate, whatever you wanna call it. So that's something that's been on my mind since I did that event. So those events, them like sound bath events, fly, bro.
It is, bro.
Vibes.
Niggas gotta get out that cool shit, like the club and
That's
shit.
the cool shit, bro.
That shit is cool,
That's the
bro.
cool shit.
Like the club and drinking and shit.
That
Like,
shit
it's
is
cool sometimes.
Yeah, I was telling my homegirl, like, cause she a DJ and she's like, she telling me about this big gig she got. I'm like, I'm there. I don't party much, but when I do, I go hard. So I can't do it a lot. That would not be responsible. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tank. I like keep going. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, you're right. Moderation. But I'd rather much go to like a sound bath event or something like that than a club any fucking day of the week. Cause here's the thing. When I'm in a club, bro, I'm still a nigga, right? Niggas. That's a king. Eritrea. And when I'm in the spot, I'm still like competitive. I'm still like, who's nigga? Like, what's up, nigga? We popping too. Like, he buy a bottle.
Let's get it.
You know, I'm battling with stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I won't even drink. You know how many times we'll get a section and buy up all this shit and don't touch it? You know what I'm saying? It's goofy. And that shit expensive. I'd rather get that to some strippers, like real shit. I'd rather give that to somebody that's gonna do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Just throw the shit on bottles.
A bottle. Poison. Yeah. A little bit of it feel good though, I ain't gonna lie. Do you drink?
Nah, I only drink wine.
Okay.
When I got out
See, I drink champagne.
Word.
Yeah.
I drink champagne a little bit, but
Wine make me tired.
It do.
Yeah.
But I only drink it when I'm with women. You know what I'm saying? So I can get in that mode.
Oh yeah, I see what you're doing.
You feel me? Yeah. But
see, that shit that made me fall asleep.
It do though. But I told myself next, cause I do Ramadan every year. I met a lot of brothers who were locked up. I never wanted to convert over. I feel like before I even choose a religion, if I ever do, like I want to go explore the world, explore different religions, study before I just make a conscious decision.
Bro, you're a Muslim. I'm gonna tell you why. A Muslim means nothing but to submit to the will of Allah, right? So Allah just means God, right? God, nature, submitting to the will of nature, the natural order of things. That makes you a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you don't have to say Shahada. You don't have to do any rituals to be a Muslim. Islam existed before man. Nature is Islam. That's the submission to God. The way that God created things. You know what I'm saying? Birds flying, fish swimming, that's Islam. You feel me? People try to make everything out to be something else. And they do it with nefarious intentions in my estimation, because the way that religion is articulated, it divides people. It makes people just judge people arbitrarily. Like, you know, Jews and Muslims hate each other. They're the same. The Quran, the Torah is like the same. The customs the same. The food the same. Like so many things, similarities. And Christians from back then too. Christianity here is different. This American Christianity is not. The original Christianity. You go to Ethiopia, Eritrea, you see real Christians. You know what I'm saying? This is not it. This is different. And black people, it's like, I could never accept it here because of how they put it on us. Y'all got me fucked up.
I hate for the people that just don't think. You know, like all it requires is a little thinking.
It's a little thinking.
That's it. I mean, you got to question.
But they scared though.
That's what it is.
Because you teach somebody since they're a baby that this mean this is going to terrify you. Shit scared me when I was a kid too.
Yeah.
But
and it make you feel like if you even question it, you're going against God.
Right.
Why would you question what's?
And they say like, you just got to have faith. I'm like, why? What I'm thinking about, it don't make sense. Like, can you explain it to me, motherfucker? Like, this don't make sense. I was like, remember asking, and I'm very delicate with these topics when I'm asking, and I'm asking out of pure ignorance because I want to understand. When I ask certain things, like, what does this mean? And they just make shit up. I'm like, that's not it. Just say, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I say, I don't know. But I do think religion is beautiful because, to an extent, because people are animals and people need rules.
Need structure.
Yeah.
Need structure.
And I know really incredible people that are very religious, like Mormons and Muslims. I just don't know real religious Christians that are like awesome. I know they exist. I don't know them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember my first time going to Utah, I was like, man, I don't want to go to Utah. It's Mormons, I didn't know nothing about Mormons. Bro, these are the nicest people I ever encountered. So nice. I know there's some racism in their shit, like back in the day and all of that shit. But so what? Everybody's racist to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very hypocritical how we be like, oh, racist. Oh, okay.
Black people racist.
We're very racist.
Like, we Mexicans, white people.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody is, and it's okay. Yeah. It's like we're all tribal. You know, that's normal. But it's what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't hate any race though. You know what I'm saying? I hate people. You know what I mean? But white people do be on some bullshit though.
Man.
These be on some bullshit.
We can talk about that all day, bro.
It's like, bro, why you... I remember it was a bunch of people at my crib one night, and these white girls, they was fucked up, and they was like, y'all are so cool. I don't know why white guys hate y'all so much. I'm like, tell me more. Tell me more. But they hate us.
Why wouldn't you hate a motherfucker like us, though?
They hate us. Think about black code, Jim Crow, right after slavery, right? You ever read the black code? You know what black code is? So black code was like, all right, so when they abolished slavery, like not really, but they said it was illegal. They just had other ways to make you a slave, right? So, and those were like breaking laws. So they came up with all these laws for black men, not women, but black men, called black code. Almost every one of them fucking laws was like something to do with black man and white woman. A black man cannot compliment a white woman. A black man cannot light a cigarette for a white woman. Black man cannot, bro, it was over the top. So you see what the issue is right there. You feel me? One of the things that they would do to us on the plantations is mutilate our genitalia. Why that? Cut my hand off. Like, why that?
We fucking they bitches.
That part. Because they like, oh, we fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't have no problem.
I couldn't even imagine walking around without it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. No. I'm too much of a problem. You had to shoot me.
Yo, I couldn't live back then.
You had to shoot me.
I couldn't live back then.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, I would have either thrived and became a fucking king or been knocked off.
Yeah, that's it.
You're not gonna fuck me up and I'm still living.
I would have been one of the slaves that brought everybody together. We finna riot. We finna take over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nah.
I would keep trying. Like, fuck. I remember I was telling T, like my first jail cell I was in, that fucking, I was like, damn, this shit real.
Can't get out.
So back then, I'm like, fuck that. Like, ain't no bars. I'm up out of this bitch. You know what's crazy? Black people, this is some shit to think about. Black people, when we were in the condition of slavery, we was going for our freedom, like trying to like, think about what freedom was. Like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Okay, you're out of here. Now what?
Now what? There's no money.
It was that bad to where it was down. You think about like them videos from 9/11 when people was jumping out. I look at that shit like, damn, that's probably like slavery. Like, it's better than here.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit wild, bro. So when I say like the sins of people, of man, of this nation is so profound, it's going to come back around. You know what I'm saying? And what's interesting is they won't even try to mitigate it. When I say I do things of an altruistic nature, I'm trying to mitigate some of the bad that I've done. I don't think I've been punished for all of my things. You know what I'm saying? So let me do good shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't do that. There was a thing 10 years or so, I don't know, it was a while ago, when they was tired of asking for reparations. So there was like, the head of Black caucus in Congress was like, We just want a formal apology for slavery. That's it. I was like, nah, fuck it, run me that back. But they were like, yeah. They were like, no. Like, wow. Because they say like, well, we didn't do it.
Right.
Okay, bro. All right, you playing stupid.
Yeah, I ain't do it, but I still got these laws in place. You know what I'm saying? That's keeping a nigga down. Nah, bro. Y'all was a lot.
It's a lot, bro.
Built this fucking country.
That's a fact.
You ever plan on leaving the country?
I like it here, bro. I love it here. Bro, we got Atlanta, Miami, DC, New York, LA, Vegas. It's too many beautiful places here. And here's another thing. I trace back my genealogy, right? My family has been here and fought in every war. It's my shit. I'm American like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Look, you gotta think about this, bro. So I'm a big nerd with certain things. I like statistics, right? So I'm trying to like the biggest race, which is not real in the country, in the world. So Asians is first, and then it's us, Black people of African descent, right? Now, you won't see that on a pure, like when you look up these countries in Wikipedia, because they call us different things in different places. That's how they make it like it's not that many of us. We are far from a minority.
Man.
White people are minorities.
Yes, I believe
so now there's way more Black people in South America than here. I mean, there's barely any of us here, but we tend to live in pockets where it's just Black people, so it seems like it's a lot, but it's not. We're 13, 14% of the population here, right? Africa, it's all over the world, right? However, Black people, and no disrespect to none of my brothers and sisters in other places, but only us here are really rising to the capacity that we are, right? Remember Cinderella, she was getting fucked up, treated bad, and she became the Don. That's us, right? We've been treated like shit, put under pressure, and pressure is gonna do two things. It's gonna bust a pipe, or it's gonna produce a diamond. You know what I'm saying? We diamonds, Blacks in America, you know what I'm saying? So we're our own thing. You gotta think, bro. We all came through the Caribbean. The first route was South America, Brazil, Caribbean, then here, right? Bro, we was fight like your people, warriors.
Yeah.
Warriors, bro. Y'all beat British, beat Spain, then you beat France. You know what I'm saying? Whoop that ass, right? So the fact that these stories are not celebrated is bizarre, because America got their independence from Britannia, from Britain. You should respect what Haiti did. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica, everybody was fighting for that shit, right? So it's like, we just special here. We got grit. And we helped build the most powerful nation in the world. You know what I'm saying? And we cool in a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Have you hung out in other countries?
Yeah, man. Like,
so you see
I got my passport back then.
You see how they treat Black men?
They love us.
It's crazy.
They love us, bro. I love it.
Black men. Which camera? If you have not been out the country, you're missing out. They treat you like you're exotic. It's so crazy. Or we are exotic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I'm saying Black men from America specifically. They really treat us well in other places.
I went to Spain, man. The way the women was looking at me, it was crazy. It was crazy the way they treated us.
Yeah,
I love that feeling.
It's beautiful.
I love that.
It's crazy because you grow up here treated like shit.
Yeah,
thinking like, fuck this shit. But it's funny now because now it's like all that shit is changing now. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's dope. I remember me and T was talking one day. I was in Arizona. We was talking about race. I was like, man, fuck it. It's good. We good. He's like, nah, but I said, bro, I'm sitting at the Mercedes dealership. This old white man is serving me, checking on me, bringing me drinks and shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit flipped crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he don't feel no way about it. Nice guy. You know what I'm saying? They be like, back then, we couldn't even be, you see what they did with Emmett Till? Just whistling at a girl?
Yeah.
They claim they killed them. And they did that to us all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now they got weird porn shit where they want to watch us. You know what I'm saying? Like, smash their dicks. I think that shit weird, but whatever.
Yeah, we've been talking 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, that's how I be with Mike Rashid, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Usually I'll be wrapping this up in like an hour. But like,
yeah, that's what's up. Nah, I gotta go study and get ready for tomorrow and shit too. So yeah.
Word. I really appreciate you coming, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you having me, brother.
And when I get to LA, I definitely gotta hop on yours, bro.
We gotta do it, bro.
For sure,
we gotta do it.
This
we gotta
been,
do it.
It's been an awesome episode, my nigga.
Yeah, bro.
I think my audience gonna really appreciate it. Very knowledgeable. A piece of your mind.
I'm gonna say this to your audience so they get it, bro. Man, I'm excited for you, right? Because you're doing incredible things. You ain't even nowhere near peaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You still got so many more layers to add to yourself, bro. How old are you?
34.
See, I got you about 10 years, right? 11 years. So I've been you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've been you feel me? So, but here's the thing. Anybody behind me, you have way more things than I had. You know what I'm saying? So there's more resources than when I was 34.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, your trajectory is going to be way more robust. You know what I'm saying? And you better be a billionaire by the time you're my age.
Man.
You feel me?
I have no choice, man.
You have to.
I have
you know what I'm saying? So, bro, like it's exciting what's going to happen with you, bro, because what do you think people perceive you? How do they perceive you?
I know by looking at me, you could tell like where I'm headed in life.
But so far with the podcast and shit, like how do they, ladies man,
toxic.
Yeah.
They ain't seen the ladies yet. You know what I'm saying? I do the entertainment part right now. Just for the build an audience.
But it's cool. That's fucking dope. Like, listen, there's nothing, you're a man, bro. Ain't nothing toxic about that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know where the fuck the word came from.
This is weird. That's just weird. It's nothing toxic about it. It's toxic for a man to not be masculine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's toxic and weird.
Can't speak on that, man. That's sensitive for niggas.
Yeah. I want to do a show one time where we just have those kind of guys and just, what are you doing? what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Look, just have them on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you?
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're going to end it right there. All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Rashid, for pulling up, man. Rich and unemployed.
Yes, sir.
Till we meet again, man. Dope episode.
Yeah. Yes, sir.